everybody, I'm RJ. Welcome to my garage. Thanks for coming. Today, as advertised, we're going to be looking at doing a facelift on my 997.1 Carrera with the OEM Aero front bumper facelift. We're going to add some screens to the front intakes to protect the radiators and condensers on either side, and I'm going to install a magnetic battery tender connect on the front lower air intake grill, just so it's much easier to connect and disconnect the charger. So pretty easy job. I'd give it 2 wrenches out of 5 wrenches. Okay, the first step, starting from the top, once the car is jacked up and the wheels removed, is to take out the covering strip to get access to the bolts under this front lip. All these are held in by Velcro, so it should be pretty straightforward to pull off. And I think there's a little clip under here that we need to get to. We're going to start from either end, see which one's easier. Pull it right up. There's a little clip under the seam. And then it just comes up, and it's just a matter of finagling it around the release. That is out. Looks like there is maybe an opportunity to replace the double stick Velcro all around. It just came up off the metal. So there we're going to get access to these Torx. Looks like a 25 or a 30, and we'll go from there. To get that front cover off to access the Torx underneath, you can see that the front and the sides are joined by a plastic tab. I just removed my whole liner in 3 pieces, in 1 piece, but you can obviously disconnect and remove individually if you want. And I'm going to be replacing the Velcro double-sided tape to fasten it down better. Okay, next step is to remove the T25s that secure the front fender liner to the car and bumper. I don't think we need to go up to the upper part of the fender liner. So we got Torx 25s inside, as well as what appears to be a plastic plug that I'm just going to take out and see what happens there. I don't know what it secures to. And then we've got some additional Torx underneath the car that secure the front fender liner to the bumper, as well as that secure the front bumper to other parts of the bottom of the car. So we're going to go ahead and take those out all the way along the front and to the other side. Okay, once you get the Torx out from the inner fender and in the wheel well and underneath, you just need to finagle this cover out. It comes out with a little bit of convincing. Of note, you do not have to remove this plastic snap there. So we'll get this out and move on and do the same on the other side. So a little tough. As I said, you don't want to rip anything. There's a clip on the back side with a wire retainer, which you just press down and pull off, which I will do with 2 hands. Now we just need to remove the side marker and unplug it from its wiring harness. And this is just a clip that pushes in and then slides out. Easier done with 2 hands than 1, but out they come. That's as easy as it gets. And then there's a plug on the back side that you just disconnect. Okay, once you get the inner fender liner out, you're going to find access to both the fluid for the headlight washers, which I do have on this car, as well as 1 more T25, obviously on both sides. So we're going to remove this clip and separate the hose, and we're going to take that out on both sides. And then we have, I think, 1 more step regarding a clip on the front of the bumper, or up by the opening to the hood, to the trunk. And now we're going to move to the front of the car, and on either side is a clip, which hopefully you can see here. It has a hole in it, and the trick is to run a zip tie through that hole and pull it out. So I'll rig it up and show you how I'm going to try to do this. All right, so what I've done is run the zip tie through that hole, picked it out with a pair of surgical pliers, and then ran it through this hoop in my Torx tool, to give me some leverage as a handle to pull it out, and I'll show you if I get it out. Okay, not gonna lie, these clips were quite an effort to pull out. End of the day, just a zip tie wrapped around this tab, it pulls out like this, and as much as you think it might break something coming out, it doesn't. So pull it straight out this way as hard as you can with a zip tie. The zip tie will fail before anything else fails. Another tricky bit, which is the last step in pulling the bumper off, is to disconnect the wiring harness for the driving lights and pump for the water cleaners from the passenger side of the vehicle. It took me a while to figure this out, but all you have to do is pull this back a little bit, and then the two units separate with a little bit of force, and then they will click back in. There's really not much of a tab holding this together. So with all the screws removed and with the plumbing undone for the sprinklers, all you're going to do is pull this forward, and it'll unlatch from this clip right here like that, and it slides right out, and it slides all the way around, and then we're ready to take it off. A key tip to remember when you're putting the screws back in is that we have two types. One is just a flat shoulderless screw, and the other has a shoulder. These with the shoulder are for attaching the silver, or in my case color-coded bumper, to the rest of the car where it's involved. Where it isn't involved, like the front fender liner, these hold those on. So just bear that in mind. Wherever there's a color-coded plastic bumper involved, use a collar. So while I'm in there, I've decided to add screens that protect the radiators from sticks, leaves, and even rocks that might get scooped up on the road. So got some wire screening. It's a diamond pattern. It's available, I think, at Home Depot. I got these from the Radiator Grill store. It just came in a sheet of metal, which I bent just by hand, no tools needed, to fit right into the fascia there, which will mount against the bumper. And then I'm going to use some 3M panel bond, available on Amazon, to secure it just in a couple of spots. These actually will be pressure fit against in between the bumper and the scoops that feed the radiator, so they should be okay. I'm just going to put a couple of tabs of panel bond, one on each corner, maybe one on each side, to secure them. So there is the screen installed, glued in with the panel bond. Just like I said, kind of mounted it in place and put the panel bond in just a couple of spots around the perimeter, and it seems to hold really well. Good stuff. All right, I'm going to take this opportunity to install this quick charge connector for the battery tender to the front of the wire mesh on the driver's side. This came from ChargeSafe. It includes the unit that wires into the battery, as well as the unit that adapts to the quick connect on my battery tender. So we're going to route that through the, there's a hole in the shock tower, which I'll put a grommet in and run the wires through. And I put some protective sheathing on the wires as it runs outside the car in the wheel well up to the shock tower, and I'll zip tie it in place. Okay, everything's cleaned up. We're ready to go back on. Indeed, the panel bond did not hold for one of the screens. Happened to be the screen that I'm installing the battery tender connector on, which I've done with zip ties just to make it easy. And hopefully that'll just press between the bumper inlet and the scoop. Now we're going to go around the bumper that came off the car and remove the various components. Everything appears to snap in pretty easily. The water dispensers just have a small clip on the outside, facing the outside of the car, and then just come out. So we're going to do that coming around the car, remove the driver lights as well, and route the wiring just as it is in the original bumper and move it over to the new bumper. Now I think first step before we transfer everything over to the new bumper is to remove this center component, because it will hold in the routing for the water to the other side of the car from where it joins on the passenger side. Here's a shot of the collared screws that need to go in. You can see there's some space there where it has to support the bumper and the receptacle, whatever that's called. So you need the collared screws on points like this. All right, got the bumper hung with the assistance of a neighbor. Thank you, Axel. You can see the mesh lined up, got it placed. I was under the car making sure that lined up while he hung the bumper on the mounts. Front lip looks a little off color, a little bluish, so I may need to paint that after all. Get out in the sunlight so we can see the match with the skirts. But the paint match, thank you Mendelson Auto Body in Dublin, California, looks awesome.